Dear younger me,
Dear grown me,
Dear insecure me,
when you are younger, you had a huge shift in your life, especially at the age where you couldn't really understand what was happening, the whole dynamics of things. Moving into a whole different environment and a whole different life in general wasn't an easy thing. Having to deal with people that would exclude you because of where you came from, how you spoke, and how you just acted in general. That made you feel weird and stuff. I'm sorry that for years you had to deal with the struggles of belonging. In most cases, you are not aware that this was happening, but it was happening. I'm sorry that many a times you felt like you didn't fit in, that you had to stay in your shell while that inner you was aching to come out. I remember how you felt like everybody was giving you certain looks and how you were so unapproachable, which really made you feel even more closed up around certain places and around certain people. This you had to deal with almost everywhere you went. School, church, even at home. You then went on to just mind your own business and just decided to not bother anybody because you are unapproachable anyway, and people saw you as this person ozitshelayo, if you know what uzitshela means. So just because you are so closed up and in your shell because of the reasons that you had that only you knew about, people thought uyazitshela, you know. To a point where there are certain things that you couldn't fully put your all in because now you felt like you don't deserve it, or you felt like you were not that good enough, or you felt like, who are you to do such things, you know? I'm sorry that there were a lot of things that you could have excelled and won at, but you felt like you had to tone down your level to accommodate other people who felt threatened, or other people who felt some type of a way, or other people who felt that you of all people can't do it, or you don't deserve it, or you just can't. How is it that you are like that? I'm sorry that you had to go through that. As stupid as it sounds, it happened, and it's what you had up here. And maybe it was just up here. Maybe it was just up here, but it happened, and I'm sorry that you had to go through all of that.
I remember how you never liked yourself, how awkward being around people made you feel. Being the tallest amongst your friends and even boys made things worse. I still remember how the people you loved made fun of you. They never realized how deep it cut, but you had to smile and cover up the hurt. Their words, how can you be a girl and be this tall? Or, Andy, you're too tall. And so you never walked up straight, always had your head looking down, and your decision to never wear heels again, as if that made you feel better. Let's not even get started at how they called your feet long and ugly. I'm sure they thought, oh, it's just a joke. And if you spoke up, you'd be called dramatic. You always felt like something isn't right with you, constantly feeling like somebody is looking for something to pick on you about. And all the times you tried to stand, walk tall and confident, you still heard voices echoing, too tall.
I remember that once upon a time, despite your shyness, you were a confident child. You believed in yourself and in your abilities. The sky was the limit. But somewhere along the line, that confidence kind of faded away. and somehow you became caged in the fear of not being accepted. You became so aware of your height, acne scars on your face, your lack of eyebrows, the way your hybrid accent sounded, and about your unique personality. Even the volume at which you spoke reduced. It somehow mattered to you what people thought of you. You thought that if people saw the real you, all of you, they'd think that you were odd and that you didn't belong. So you hid yourself in the background where you wouldn't be noticed. People looked at you and assumed that you were just reserved. Yet deep down, you were just afraid that if they saw the real you, they wouldn't like you. It sounds kind of silly now that I'm saying it out loud, but that was your reality.
I'm proud of you that through those struggles, you have learned the power of defining yourself and being you, whatever that means to you. And I'm proud that though they were calling you names, that didn't stop you from achieving most things you wanted. And growing and learning, as awkward as it was, you went for it. I'm proud that you stopped thinking that there are people who are superior than you, and that you started realizing and understanding that nobody is superior or inferior to you. I'm proud that you have grown to learn that you must never dim your light just because someone is uncomfortable with it. You are a gem, and you were born for greatness, and we are coming for the greatness. Never, ever, ever feel bad for what you have or who you are just because it makes somebody else uncomfortable. Shine, 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 and be comfortable with who you are, whatever that is. If people think you're Stella, then they're going to have to just adapt to that.
It was not easy living caged up, but you made it through. People look at you now in amazement because you've changed so much, so they think. You didn't change, you just became. If you took a good look at yourself today, girl, you'd be proud. You see, you finally let your light shine before man. You chose to believe what you saw in the mirror of the Word of God, and you allowed God to operate on your eyes and on your heart, so that how you saw yourself and felt about yourself matched His view and His thoughts of you. I thank you that you chose freedom over being stuck in the captivity of the opinions of others. The woman you've become is as confident as you once were, but she is even stronger and wiser, knowing who she is and whose she is. I believe that you have found yourself worthy of the name that you possess. That's right, a queen with great boldness is who you are. Yes, continually standing tall, with or without eyebrows, depending on the day, speaking her truth, and of course, the truth, with confidence and not a care in the world of what anyone thinks except her creator. I'm proud of you, girl.
I've come to realize that God prescribed every single part of my body. He deliberately chose my height, my feet, and every other feature. Custom made my body with great precision, just as He wanted. My height is just right, and my feet, not a single error. I am fearfully and wonderfully made, sculpted by God, fully loved, fully accepted, and fully known by God. I am beautiful.
That is quite a tough act to follow, honestly. But Before I end this video, I just want to say a couple of things about insecurity. I don't want to go into details about what insecurity is because I'm pretty sure we're all aware of what it is. And I don't want to tell you a step-by-step process of how to get over insecurities because everybody's process is different. How I may have gotten over them isn't necessarily the same way that you'll get over them. But one thing that I have learned about insecurities that I do want to tell you is that insecurities are like a prison. It's like you are trapped in fear of being who you truly are. And with that said, when you are afraid to be who you are or who God created you to be, you never really become or step into all that God has for you. So I want to leave you with this one question. And I really want you to think about it as you contemplate about the things that you are struggling with. As a believer, what could God do through you if you got over the insecurities that you face?